without compromise, educating you without compromise.
Good day, students, wonderful children. God bless you. This is Afia Ademola Johnson, your biology tutor. Here with SS1 students again. We were discussing taxism. In the previous class, we discussed phototaxism. Now we are going to positive chemotaxism or positive chemotactic movement. Now, what do we mean by this one? We say this is the directional movement of the whole body parts, of an organism. Now, towards the chemical stimulus. And don't forget, example of chemical stimulus are food, egg, cells, nutrients, ions, etc. Now, an example of this one, which I have seen in a Y question, the movement of sperm cell from the vagina to the oviduct to fertilize the egg during reproduction is an example of positive chemotactic movement, because the sperms are they are swimming towards a chemical, which is the what? Which is the egg cell. Then if chlamydomonas decide, or euglena or amoeba decides to move close to its food source, it is also undergoing, because it's moving towards positive. That's positive chemotaxism. Now let's look at negative chemotaxism. That's the opposite of this one. This one is the directional movement. Very important. Directional movement of the whole body parts. The whole body parts of an organism. Now, away from a chemical stimulus. So, you will see in during fertilization, only 1 out of thousands of sperms ejaculated will fertilize the egg, and the egg will produce something called zona pellucida that prevents other sperms from penetrating. So those other rejected sperms, now they begin to move away from the egg cell, and that is going to be negative chemotactic movement. Now let's look at positive hydrotaxism. Now this is the directional movement of the whole body parts of an organism. Now towards water, stimulus. Hydro, anytime you come across the word hydro, it means water. So if you catch a fish in your hand, and the fish struggles to get down from your hand, and falls on the ground, and struggles to move close to the water and swim inside the water, it has undergone positive hydrotaxism. So then the negative part of it, we still have negative hydrotaxism. So this is the directional movement of the whole body parts of an organism away from water stimulus. So that's the direct opposite of this one. If rain is falling and you are inside the rain and you begin to run away from the rain to a shed, you are running away from water. You are hydrophobic. That is a negative hydrotaxism. Then we have positive Chemotaxism. Anywhere you come across the word thermometer, that's heat. So this is the directional movement of the whole body parts of an organism towards heat stimulus. Many of us during cold weather, we make firewood, and because the cold is too much, we get close to fire to become warmed. So in that case, because we are moving closer to high temperature of heat, then we have undergone positive chemotaxism. Then we also have the negative of it. If you have too much of sun and you hide yourself under a shed, you have undergone negative chemotaxism. So this is the directional movement of the whole body parts of an organism now away from heat stimulus. I've given you an example now. Okay, then we still have positive chemotaxism. Positive chemotaxism, which you can also call haptotaxism. Haptotaxism. This is the directional movement of the whole body parts of an organism towards touch stimulus. Touch. Let me give you an example of that. If there is a snake, and you, human being, you see the snake, the head is that way, and you go and touch the tail. I'm very sure you know that the snake will take his head and come to bite. It's moving towards that, the source of touch. That is positive. So lastly, before we end this class, let's look at negative. Negative chemotaxism or haptotaxism. This is the directional movement of the whole body parts of an organism away from touch stimulus. This one is very common. It's common to Yoruba people. Yoruba people can make mouth very well. Lagos people, they can abuse you. Yeah, your mother, this one. But you know what you need to do to make them run away? Just give them one slap. Once you just give you a slap, boom. The next thing is to move. You say, I'm warning you. Because you slap me, I'm warning you. He can't do anything. So I'm warning you, small, little by little, will be dressing back, he will run away. So he's now moving away from the source of the touch, which is that slap. So that is negative aptotactic movement or negative tigmotactic movement. So we're going to stop here. So in the next class, we go to tropic movement. Please forward your assignment to 070 30 39 35 31. I remain Afe Ademola Johnson. Thank you. God bless you. Bye for now.
Educating you without compromise.